Hello all YouTubers, I'm the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this hurricane preparedness discussion for May 21st, 2020. Before we get on with today's video, however, I would ask that you please do subscribe if you're not already. It really does help me grow my channel. We are on our way to 500 subscribers, so I'd love it if you guys help me get there. And this applies to every single one of you. Please watch the whole video. You'll be really surprised how well this one feature of doing my YouTube videos, it really does help me grow my channel. So, and also please consider liking and sharing my videos with your friends. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can properly prepare for a hurricane or tropical system, whatever it may be. I'm going to be going through how to all the different kinds of maps here and kind of show you all the tips and how you can prepare for the hurricane and how you, if you follow these tips, that you could potentially and most likely survive and come out of the hurricane alive if you take the necessary precautions. Let's get into it here. So starting with the preseason preparation, all right? Know your evacuation zone. That is the first thing. Know what evacuation zone you're in. The link to it is right here. I will also be leaving a link to it in the description. So you go to the website, and if you need help, you could just ask me in the comments. You go to the website and you click. It'll say view map or something like that, and you can actually enter your address, or it doesn't have to be your address, just like your city or town, and you can find what evacuation zone that you are in. So please check that out after this video. Also, at the top right of the screen appearing right now, please do, after this video, check out my severe weather coverage for the South Central and the Midwest United States video. All right, second step here is make a plan. Discuss with your family. All right, now is the time to do it. This is your final preparation days. We have already had Arthur, and we could potentially have many tropical systems or hurricanes to come, and even major hurricanes. So now is the time to discuss with your family, discuss with even your friends or whoever lives close to you. Just get a big group together, do a group FaceTime. If you got an Apple product, I know you can FaceTime up to 32 people at once now. FaceTime 32 people that you care about and discuss the hurricane plan with them. Build an emergency kit, all right, that will last you or your family, depending if you do have a family, you live by yourself. But either way, build an emergency kit that will last you 3 to 6+ days, all right, even longer than that, because you never know how long power could be out, how long the destruction will be around you. It could take weeks, months to rebuild, depending on the hurricane. Here's another thing. Don't just talk to your kids. Don't if you have kids, don't smatter at them all these kind of fancy hurricane talks. Say, hey, we gotta get out of here. Talk to the kids in the way they will understand. I know the Weather Channel has a lot of very short videos that I know one of the Weather Channel people. It's often Mike Bettis, or even Dr. McNabb, that talks with Elmo. And he can discuss it in a way that certainly little kids, will understand. So talk to the kids in a way that they will understand, a kid-friendly fashion, about what the situation is so that they will understand. Again, preseason preparation continued. Protect your house. This is the time to install shutters, unclog your gutters. That was a rhyme, by the way. Trim shrubs, bushes, and even trees. All right, because you don't want those trees falling over around your house and potentially destroying it. Again, these things you can do before hurricane season even starts. Chances are you could potentially get impacted by a hurricane. All right, chances are it can happen. In-season preparation. You might be thinking, well, it's the same exact thing. Yes, again, do all these things if you haven't already. But also, another thing that I've added is, please just start setting those sandbags around your home, especially if you have an impending or even pending hurricane getting ready to impact you there. Stack those sandbags 3 to 4 sandbags high. And protect them around your house. You can even do more if you feel like it, but don't wear yourself out too much. We'll discuss all the safety tips in just a bit here. Step-by-step sandbagging. All right, step 1. All right, before we actually get to the sandbagging, make sure that you are physically prepared to fill sandbags. All right, I am dead serious. People have really gotten physically injured by performing this task. You're bending over, you're twisting, just be careful. Make sure you're physically prepared. If not, call up a young, fit, friend that is willing to do the job, or a person, or a friend, a close friend or family member that that can do the job if you think that you cannot, because I've sadly seen I've heard about many people getting injured because of this. Don't lift not with your back, but with your legs. Use those leg muscles to lift. Don't use your back because it will. Trust me, I've dig with a shovel before. I've done it. All right, you want to use those legs, not your back, because your back will hurt. All right, and again, don't twist your body when you are filling the sandbags. One more step before you actually fill the sandbags, along with the safety here, wear gloves, all right, because dry and potentially hot materials, again, it's summer, because you can easily get blisters when you're handling these dry and hot materials. They can easily get friction on, all right, and trust me, when I go out, like, to the the driving range in the summertime, and I'm swinging at the golf club, and now I wear a golf glove, but when I was little, I didn't used to do that, and I got blistered when it was like 80 degrees outside, which is typical for the summertime, and they're just a pain in the butt. All right, so again, wear those gloves there, especially because of the COVID situation. Wear a mask too. Why not? Again, because it's summertime, and also if it's windy, again, you're going to be handling sand. All right, if it's windy, wear protection goggles like you would if you were to go swimming, or even wear even bigger goggles to protect yourself even more. And again, this is for protection measures, right? Because sand can easily blow around the wind. I'm sure some of you have been to the beach. All right, you know this can happen. Now, step 3, actually filling the sandbags. You want to fill them to a half or even 2/3 full of sand. Don't fill the whole bag because you're not going to be able to close it. Now, the bag should weigh 33 to 43 pounds, 35 to 40, somewhere in that range of 33 to 43 pounds. All right, and again, that's a lot to lift. Get a friend or a close friend or family member to help you lift those sandbags because you can't do it on your own. If you filled your bag with over 60, 65 pounds of sand, you've definitely gone too far. Even 50 is too much. All right. Leave gaps. I don't know why there's an O there, but leave gaps so that flood waters can seep through. I meant to say so. Sorry about that. I meant to say so. Let me just fix that real quick. Yeah, so leave some gaps so that flood waters can actually seep through, because otherwise it just goes right over the sandbag, and there's pretty much no point of doing the sandbags in the first place. All right, also, remember, use a rounded point shovel, not a square one. You want a straight shaft and not a curved shaft. All right, this is better. You can get bigger scoops, and it's an easier bag filling process. You can easily funnel it into the bag and place the sandbags. Do not throw them, all right, because that'll just hurt your back even more, and it's just reckless. Chances are you throw the sandbags, even if it lands on top of another one, it's going to burst open, and yeah, you're going to be pretty mad. Don't litter any materials. All right, clean up after you're done, because that could be even potentially hazardous to other people if they step on it, if they come in contact with it, especially because of the pandemic. And also clear your area of any debris. Kind of goes along with the last thing I just said. All right, in-season preparation continued. A first aid kit. These are all the stuff, and I'm sure you guys can think of more stuff. All right, but these are the basic things you should have in your first aid kit. 25 plus bandages. Okay, gauze, medications. Obviously, if you need it, don't just pack random medications. Ointments, a cold pack, even a warm pack, depending on the situation you're in. Flashlight, eye drops, aspirin. Okay, antibiotics, antiseptic wipes to clean your hands. A generator, you know what I mean. Don't shove a generator into a small first aid kit. I think you guys know what I mean. But as preparation, definitely want to use that first aid kit, including the generator. A thermometer, again, especially because of the pandemic, want to get that thermometer. All right, tweezers, scissors, batteries. If you got to power a radio, you got to power a device that might run on batteries. Not an iPhone, but bring a charger too. That's something else I just thought of. An iPhone charger, Samsung, whatever you got. Soap, bottles of water, food, non-latex gloves, cotton ball swabs, hand sanitizer, and aloe vera oils. Important thing, however, make sure the food is pretty much make it non-perishable. Don't pick a food that you know is going to have an expiration date of tomorrow, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Yeah, you're going to be fine when you eat it like the first couple hours, and then what have you got to eat? Make sure you pack mainly non-perishable foods, unless you are allergic to all of them, and then that's a different situation. All right, remember, okay, fuel up all your vehicles here before a hurricane is set to arrive. Okay, in case you should evacuate. When told to evacuate, please do so. All right, again, towards the beginning here. All right, like I said, towards the beginning here is your evacuation zones. Again, I'll leave a link to that in the description. You guys can just click the map. If you have any help, again, don't be afraid to leave a question in the comments if you need help with that link. Again, evacuate, do so immediately. Remove any objects that can pose as debris, because just like a tornado, they can act as missiles and they could destroy your house. During the storm, go to a higher level in your home, okay, but not the roof, okay? If the water starts rising and you have nowhere else to go, yes, then go to the roof, but be very careful. Like a tornado, stay away from any windows or in-home objects, even in-home objects. If a window bursts, that wind is flowing through your house. All right, the wind is going to be flowing through your house, and even in-home objects can pose as debris and can impact you, your family, or even other parts of your home. All right, don't travel outside even during a hurricane. All right, even if the eye is on top of you, I got news for you. It's gonna be very calm. You can look out for a brief second, but stay in your safe spot. All right, because guess what? Because the eye, pretty much, in my opinion, the eye of the hurricane only means if the eye happens to pass over you, that only marks the halfway point. You still got to go to the other side of the eye wall. And frankly, think about it for a second. If the hurricane is traveling from east, moving westbound, right? We always know that the northeast quadrant is the worst part of the hurricane. We all know that. So when the hurricane moves through, depending on how the hurricane is shaped, but for the most part, when the hurricane comes in, if it's coming from east to west, you're going to be dealing with that western part of that eye wall first. All right, then you get the eye, it gets calm, and then you get the eastern eye wall. Chances are the eastern eye wall, the part that comes second after the eye, is going to be a lot worse. All right, depending on how the hurricane moves and what direction, latitude, that all factors in as well. But again, the eastern part of the eye wall is slightly and potentially even more worse than the western eye wall. But any part of the eye wall of a hurricane is very dangerous. Okay, I don't want to let your guard down or anything by saying that. Again, conditions will once again get worse even when the eye passes through afterwards. Listen closely to the orders of your local National Weather Service as to when you can exit your home. All right, and we're going to be talking about after the storm, like what you should do after the storm as well. Have a radio nearby to listen in on updates, okay? TV, depending on what room you're hiding in, I'm not sure if you're going to be having a TV. I would probably want to keep that safe, okay, because you're going to have time to prepare. You got a few days to prepare for a hurricane, all right? So you can protect all your stuff. Hopefully have a radio nearby to listen on updates. Here we are after the storm. What you should do after the storm. Only exit the home when your local National Weather Service tells you to do so, all right? I'm not saying none of you guys can think for yourselves, all right, but I just want to make sure everybody there is safe. Check on your neighbors, check on your home's condition, clear any harmful debris that could harm you, your family, other people, all right? And think about it. Harmful debris can even impact the whole neighborhood, all right? Because sometimes, debris can, flow down, especially if there's a flood. It can flow down, like the river that's forming in your street and just impact more than one person. All right, the I Survived books for Hurricane Katrina, any I Survived books based on weather there, some very good books there. I consider getting them. You can die of electrocution, all right? Don't touch anything electrical after a hurricane. Don't get near any wires that could be down, any telephone poles. You can get electrocuted. You can die of electrocution. I'm not trying to scare you, but it can happen. Trust me, it has too. Watch out for lurking creatures, snakes, any kind of critters that could be lurking in the water or even on the ground. You might not even see them even if they're on the ground, depending on how they camouflage and blend in. Sharp objects may not be visible at first. Watch out for sharp objects too. Fire and electrocution related deaths have occurred after a hurricane, and that would still count as pretty much a hurricane related death. As we head towards the end here, let's talk about the alerts, because the alerts and how do I prepare? How do I know when to start preparing? In my opinion, it's never too early to start preparing. All right. Always want to prepare as soon as possible, but okay, don't prepare 2 weeks before. If you haven't even heard of a tropical storm yet, you can still prepare, but don't prepare for a big hurricane. If nothing has started to form yet. But like I said, never too early to start preparing. A tropical storm, watch versus warning. Watch means tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area. Usually within 48 hours, it will be here. All right. However, a warning means tropical storm conditions are expected in the warning area, and it will be here. Tropical storm winds will be here within 36 hours. Let's talk about hurricane alerts now. Again, hurricane watch, same as tornado or same as tropical storm watch, except the winds are higher. So the hurricane watch means winds of 74 miles an hour or greater are possible within the next 48 hours. Hurricane warning means winds of 74 miles an hour or greater are expected to come within the next 36 hours. So you have less time to prepare in a hurricane warning versus a watch. This was actually newly added a couple years ago. I'm not sure exactly how long ago by the National Weather Service, the NOAA, National Hurricane Center. Storm surge alerts. Storm surge watch means possibilities of life-threatening inundation, potential several feet of water above ground from the ocean within the 48 hours. It's possible. Storm surge warning means it's expected. The danger of life-threatening inundation is expected. and within the next 36 hours. So watches usually mean within 48 hours. Warnings usually mean within 36. But again, storm surge, hurricane, tropical storm watches and warnings all have the little different tweaks and little differences based on wind and how much water gets pushed in. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for enjoying. Have any questions, put them in the comments. I am the Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time. Catch you guys next video.